Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well today. And welcome to a brand new game that's not even out yet, called Villagers. It's a town building game where you have to build up a community and survive all sorts of different trials. So I thought it looked quite interesting, so I thought I would give it a try. There's two different modes to play here. You get the story mode, and then you also get a free play mode. The free play mode has unlimited hours of fun with 6 different maps, and you have access to all 27 buildings. So let's give this game a try, shall we? I'm gonna start with the campaign. Now I haven't watched really any videos about this game, only the one trailer they put up, so it should be quite interesting. Let's see, Chapter 1, A New Beginning. This is the story of Cool Guy, a young man who managed to shine a ray of hope into a pitch-black tunnel of despair at a time when war and illness ruled the world filled with darkness. Okay. Nasty winds blew around him, strong winds of pungent and pesticides. Pungent adversities, trying to extinguish the light. Even when Cool Guy couldn't see much in the darkness, was almost blind, he always laid his hand successfully around the flame. Sometimes so close that he was in danger of burning. As he was but a child, he What's wrong, Shiggy? Why don't you continue? It is a shame to admit, being the writer I am, but I am lost for words. Really, we cannot accept this. Let's do something about it. Host, bring us a bottle of your best wine. Ursula, are you trying to soften me with this devilish alcohol? Me agreed to celebrate today. Let's treat ourselves to something special. Delicious, where was I? The sickness of Kuya. Let me start. A long time ago, back in our hero's childhood, he had a little brother, with him he lived in the countryside. Cool Guy was as little as 2 stacked boots. He had a little brother, with whom he lived in a tiny settlement, far away in a rural area. His parents took care of them well, providing them with prey from the woods. They paid great attention to making their children learn to survive the cruel wilderness. One day, they went out hunting with their father. However, the children couldn't concentrate and began to argue, which led to a terrible accident. Their father, annoyed by his children squabbling and feeling the pressure from having to provide a meal for his family, accidentally leapt into his own trap, dying a terrible death. Oh dear, it does not sound good. Cool Guy, filled with fear and terror, fled the scene and ran into the forest, while his brother returned to the settlement. Neither of them have seen each other since that fateful day, and Cool Guy even forgot his name. Oh, that's sad. It's all very sad. That may be, but it all turned out well for Cool Guy in the end. The runaway child was found and taken in by farmers a few days later in a place far away from his home, and spent his remaining childhood there. Cool Guy was plagued by a guilty conscience, which he tried to atone for through hard work. He was convinced that he could only undo his sins by doing good deeds. Cool Guy was self-educated from very early on and taught himself a great many skills. Every time he paid a visit to a big city, he used every chance he got to talk to its inhabitants and gain more knowledge. The farmers recognized his potential and put him in charge of managing the farm in the yard as soon as he was old enough. I think we should talk a little about the war. Ah yes, a war. So many faded memories that was literally at period. One day it simply broke out, without warning, and without any prior political negotiations. An enemy whom they soon came to call the Faceless. Invaders from the northeast, all wearing the same bizarre metal masks, and coming from countries that previously only our boldest explorers have ever been. Without thinking much about his strategy, our king sent his troops out to blindly attack the enemy. The losses were devastating, and we seemed to be no match for the enemy. Every available man was called up to fight as a soldier. Every boy that was able to hold a weapon was sent to the front line. The king rejected all dissenting voices regarding his harsh decision of him. Word quickly spread about his plans, and many families fled. Not only did they want to put as much distance as they could between themselves and the war, they also did not want to lose their men to the fires of battle. Luckily, there were a few dukes that were opposed to the king's decision, and who decided to protect the people as best they could. That brings us to our breeches. I wonder if that's right. Our breeches. Probably not. Oh yes, Duke Outbreaches. Not exactly trustworthy person in the world. Initially, he was unwilling to lay his cards on the table, but when he turned up at Cool Guy's farmyard one day, he did not hesitate to assert his authority. The devious, sleazy, and condescending man claimed that he had been sent on behalf of the king to gather up all available men in the area. He made a big display of authority, entering people's houses and having them searched. And that's when he came across Cool Guy's sketches. Oh yes, the famous sketches. Cool Guy had to save a lot of money to be able to afford parchment and charcoal. But he had spent day and night designing complex cities. Running the farm had inspired him to do great things, and his ideas were not as absurd as one might have thought. After conducting extensive discussions with architects and planners living in this big city, Cool Guy designed technically feasible settlements, villages and years, even entire cities. Cool Guy was talented, and although the king's orders were clear, this gave our britches pause. He had a suggestion for you, he said. You may be surprised to find that I have heard of you before, Cool Guy. Really? I am surprised. A young man with extraordinary talent for city planning, although he has never learned from a master. Don't ask me how I know about you, but please, I'd like you to consider the following deal. Take all the people from this farm and your direct neighbors in the area with you and build a self-sufficient settlement within a year. I don't care how and where you do it. If you manage to do it, I will recommend you to the king as a city planner. After all, when the war is over, we will need people like you to help rebuild the country, provided we win, of course. And in keeping with my generosity, I will ensure that your men are excluded from being called up. However, if you fail, I will immediately revoke all protection. Cool Guy felt alone. Suddenly all eyes were on him, and the lives of many people would depend on his reply. He was unable to utter a word, but gave the Duke his hand, who took it gladly, with a gleeful grin on his face. The deal was sealed. And so we begin, I guess. These are dark times, which is why you should view this opportunity as a particularly vicious one. I envy you for it. How I wish sometimes that I could be a simple laborer and make a home for myself, rather than having to help rule with the leaders of the world. Our britches departed, and thus Cool Guy found himself in a most peculiar situation. Suddenly a responsibility that he had never asked for, nor that he was ready to bear. Fate was obviously putting him to the test once more, despite him already having suffered so much in childhood. Our britches is demanding this virginal land in front of me becomes a settlement. But where on earth do I start? He may as well have asked me to get a couple of porcupines to mate. Funny. Alright then, concentrate. We need a central place for planning the city, a roof over our heads, and where I can allocate jobs to people. Something new is available. And let me just change something. There we go. That's all good, alright. So, we need There's your town hall near the big river. Your villagers need a nearby water source. So let me see. Yes, good. Our first villagers. 18. Wow, these people are young. It's like they're all 18. Yeah, they're all 18. Let's speed this up a bit. How fast can you go? Times 10.
Building's finished.
The town hall is your main building. And when you build homes, villagers will sleep in front of it. My dear friend, a workman like me can only help you if you give me a job. My friends and I will be in the town hall, awaiting your orders. Whoa. Wait. We've known each other since we were children. I'm so pleased to have a familiar face on my side. Oh, come on. There's no need to get sentimental. Just tell me what we're supposed to do with the resources. Don't forget, we laborers are the only ones who will carry them to the building. It's hard for you. And we can build whatever you like with them. My head is already spinning and we've barely done anything yet. If I only had something to write all this information down on. I should be in the forest, ramming my sharp blades into wild animals and carving them for supper, carrying them home for supper. Instead, Bridgesters has sent me to a simpleton, probably can't even spell the word city planner. The Duke sent you. You look like a hunter, not a city planner. Well, yes, sir, I am a hunter. Watching a child play and being an architect isn't exactly a fulfilling alternative to the thrill of the hunt. And as for taking notes, a robust notebook with a leather case is that for me, how generous. From then on, Guy wrote everything in his notebook, an excellent method, which I can't recommend enough. I've got to hand it to you, Guy. You're a master at casting your followers back into the bleak and barbaric time of the Dark Ages. You've even managed to outdo the bandit baron, Icarus. Icarus, you mean the terrible Icarus. Be patient, my love. We'll get to that spawn of Satan later in our story. What are you talking about, Ewart? Has the fresh air got into your head? Most certainly has. And that's how everyone else who has been forced to sleep outside feels too. We need somewhere to live. We need homes. We should start building houses immediately. We need wood to do that. I'm sure we could help ourselves to wood from the forest. As long as wild animals don't help themselves to us, oh dear. Without a doubt, Kura had to spend lots of time managing resources. However, using the gathering symbols, he could keep an eye on everything. That word, I'll bugger it, I'll save my breath. For example, Gogai had to tell his people that they had to get resources like wood. Indeed, using the gathering symbols. so it's easy for him to give orders. The laborers then immediately commence the next task.
New quest.
Alright, so we need wood. Oh yes, plenty wood. Gather wood. Or then shift. Because that makes bigger and smaller. Let's do that. And then they go to work. New objective, cut 20 trees. This might take a while. Bedtime, I guess. Is there a clock somewhere? Looks like there's seasons. Winter is coming in 18 days. It doesn't matter whether you're big or small, strong or weak, as smart as a whip or as dumb as a box of rocks. At the end of the day, everyone is conquered by this one simple thing. A piece of wisdom from a foolish bard, please enlighten us. Whoa. Looks like there's weather as well. Very nice, I like that. The answer is hunger, and when your stomach is rebelling, there's no way of thinking straight. My stomach. I should have brought food with me. My somewhat modest hunting skills have withered and died. Seeing as I haven't used them over the past few years. Finally, something for me to do. Neither you nor your laborers can carry out work on empty stomachs. I'll show you how to pull big fish out of the lake. You weren't sent by the Duke. You've been sent from heaven. Very funny. Before we get to that though, we needed a chatty. Oh God. This wood from this forest is strong and resilient. I like your enthusiasm. Let's find a place for it. We've got plenty of solid ground and land where we can build houses for everyone. But let's make one thing clear. I don't want to live too close to the edge of the forest. Big woodland always gives me the feeling I've been watched by something evil. Alright. 20 wood. For one house. Yeah, that's a lot of reading actually in this game. So I'm not gonna read everything out loud. Only what seems important. Let's allocate the job fisherman in the town hall. Alright. Go away. Let's build our house first. So, rotate like this. The scroll wheel. Or the command full stop. Alright. Can we zoom in, please? Let's build a house. Right. Which way does it face? I'm guessing that way. Okay, now we need to build a jetty. Can you stop scrolling? There we go. There has to be a clock somewhere. I guess not. That's kind of silly, to be honest. There should be somewhere to show the time. Unless I'm just blind.
The building is finished.
More villagers were moving to houses with their partners, where they will reproduce, store food, and generally be happier. Okay? Alright. You and your wife have a family to start. Good luck with that. You're sure in a hurry, my friend. Well, the stars and my private life are aligned at the moment. A man's gotta reside. A man's gotta seize opportunities where he can. And know when he can produce his most fertile juices, right? That just sounds so wrong. Yeah, I agree. Ah, very funny. No. Let me just check something here. Alright. Alright, so these are where our objectives are.
The building is finished.
Alright, so we need 2 villages.
New quest.
Alright, so click on the town hall. Click the plus button. Alright. So we need 2 villages for fishing.
You have
There we go.
finished a quest.
Alright, I think I'm gonna save and stop here for now. Let me just save this. Cool guy, I guess. Well, I like the game so far. It's got a pretty interesting story. It's just quite a lot of reading, but other than that, I'm enjoying it so far. Well, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Remember to stay cool. Bye bye.